typical Florida fashion, it is starting to rain. I have the power wire ran. Got to do the RCAs was on a level output converter, which means it just ties into your factory speakers. I got to do away with that and run the RCA from the head unit. I have the ground and then the speaker wire itself, and then I'll be done. But the power wire was the hardest part, and that is out of the way now. All right, I got some vacuuming to do, but here's how it is. I'm going to build a little stand for this so it's off the floor, kind of looking neat right here and mounted. But I give myself plenty of wire. It's up underneath here. Ran everything under the carpet. The ground goes to this bolt right here. I wasn't for sure where to put it at, and I did some research. And there's people claiming that they run 6,000 watts off of that bolt. That's the ground they utilize on their system. So I cleaned it up really good. Used a wire brush, some sandpaper, cleaned everything down, bolted it all down, and everything seems to be good there. So now I'm going to run the RCAs from the head unit. I'm going to run them on the opposite side, because before he had a level line output converter in the rear back here. So I'm switching that out and running it from here. That'll be a better signal anyway. Coming down the door sill and over there. Then the box will go in and the speaker wire can go in, and I'm done. I'll show you up here. So the wire comes through the firewall. I got the fuse mounted here, and then it turns and goes. I drilled a hole in this box. It goes right in this box, and there's a terminal right here that's already being utilized for other things, but it's a 12 volt switched source. So that's it. That way when the door opens, everything shuts off. When the key's off, I kind of like that. I also like how the wire is hooked up to where when the key is off but the radio is on, the amp's off. So I don't have to worry about if I want to listen to music. I don't have to worry about draining the battery. I don't know if that's a thing, but I don't want to chance it. So also I wanted to make note that Chevrolet did a really good job. It has a channel right here. You can run everything. You can run it through here or over here, but it holds quite a bit of wiring. That's 4-gauge wire, and it still fits in there perfectly fine. So I told y'all before I was going to show y'all, if you look right here, that's positive, positive, negative, negative. They're the same channel, so it's not internally bridged. So you can go this positive, this negative, this positive, this negative. It don't matter. It's all the same thing. The reason they do that is I got this hooked up for a demonstration because I'm going with this wire right here. But say that's all I had is that size wire and I didn't think it was enough, I could run 2 more separate wires and double it up. So it just makes it easier hooking it up. Man, it is hot. It rained just enough to make everything super hot and muggy, and I'm fat, so it didn't help. But everything is installed. I do need to vacuum. When the hurricane came through, everything was put up, so the vacuum's still in the shed out there. I gotta go get that undone. Don't mind the black wiring right there. That's just for the remote. I don't know where I want to put it at, and I left a little bit of slack and everything because I do want to build a small little rack, but everything's hooked up. I ran just the Recoil sub off of my Sony amp that I had. Sounded good. Sounded better than the Jensen, no doubt about it. I knew once I hooked the Recoil amp up, things would be different. If somebody would have told me it was going to be that different, I would not have believed them. It is amazing, the difference. The bass is so much harder, so much crisper. One of the things with that, though, the level line output converter, it kind of stills some of the signal. So going straight through the radio is a better way, but that don't make up for what's going on there. I mean, that upgraded wiring and that amp, man, it is just night and day difference. With the bass knob, I can have it how I like it, punchy. I can turn it up and have the doors and stuff rattling out of that little tin. The kit had a bunch of stuff that was left over that, you know, it gives you extras, and because they know people like me probably drop stuff or lose stuff or change their mind and have to cut stuff. But all in all, I would say it's a 9 out of 10, and I'm not just saying that. There are 2 snags that I hit that that should be addressed, and I think they probably might address it if enough people bring it to their attention or whatever. But let me show you. All right, so on these terminals, the connector that slides in was way too wide. It would not slide in. I don't know how well you can see right there where that's like copper color. I had to take my Dremel and shave both sides there and there and there and there down to get these in here. They would not fit no matter what I did, other than, you know, shaving it off. I tried a file at first. You could get it with a file if that's all you had, but I had a Dremel, so I wanted to make faster work of it. But that is the probably the biggest issue that I ran into, because that took about 15 minutes. That first I had to figure out what was going on, and second I had to solve the problem. The next issue was the most aggravating issue. So they give you this gorgeous 4-gauge wire. They even include the grommet in case you want to go through the firewall. I already had a hole there. This right here is such a pain in the butt when you're passing it through the firewall or you're trying to snake it. It catches on stuff, it hangs up, it binds up. The RCA cable, I ran it down here and ran it this way. It got caught up all through here. I had to keep adjusting and reaching my hand under there and unsnagging it from stuff. I think the wire is great without it. So I would definitely, it comes off. So if you get the kit, I mean, you're more than welcome to try it. It's your stuff, but I ran into one heck of a time. I actually had to cut. That's why there's extra here where it went through the firewall. I couldn't pull it through anymore, so I just cut it from there. So it's got this cover on it from the battery or the connector there to the firewall, and that's it. There's none behind the firewall because it wouldn't pass through. Now with the base knob, it is not a telephone style connection. It's like an RCA plug-in. The telephone style connections lock and you can't pull it out. I don't see that as being an issue because I'm not going to be tugging on it. They give you plenty of line, so I don't see that as an issue. But what I do see as an issue for me is I don't know where to mount it at. So that's why it's just laying down here like this for now. I thought about going underneath the carpet and trying to figure out how to get up through here and put it in there, because I really don't want to drill no holes or use or stick it to my dash, because my dash is in good shape. It's pretty uncommon for these trucks. The seat is not, but the dash is. But the base is amazing. I don't know how to explain it. So everybody, for the most part, I can't say everybody, but 99% of the people I've talked to have been super helpful when it comes to audio. I don't care if you have a Boss audio system. They're actually excited that you're joining the community and you're getting into it. Where, you know, like the Mustang community, oh, you got a V6, you're trash. Get a GT, you got a GT, oh, you're trash. Get a Cobra, you get a Cobra, you're trash. Get a 500. It never ends. This system, my first system, let's start with that I ever had was, that I paid money for, was a Soundstorm amp with a Logic sub. Sounding great. Had it in my Eagle Talon. Sold that and didn't care about bass for years. And then one day, my wife asked what I wanted for Christmas, and you know, we didn't have a lot of money at the time. This is many years ago, and it was, you know, just us. And I had a little Integra, and I said, you know what? I put a little system in the Integra. So I got 2 Boss 12s and a Armor amp, and my friend built me a box to their specs, and that thing actually beat down for a Boss system. The point I'm getting at is a Boss system is a budget system. A lot of people, they'll run a Scar or Sundown sub on a Boss amp because that's all they can afford. They spend all the money on that, and you know, it don't do rated, but it does something. Recoil has come into the game, and they have stuff that the price compares with Boss, sometimes beating Boss, but it outperforms Boss. The quality is so much better. Like I said, I've owned Boss products. I used to love Boss. I thought that was the coolest thing. I didn't know, you know, nothing about audio, obviously. But, yeah, it is very good stuff. And you can tell, I mean, like I've ran this, beaten down, and the amp hasn't got hot. Nothing has had any issues. Everything's going great. The one issue that I think is going to bite me, and it's not on Recoil's end, it's my amp selection. Yeah. So when I looked at it, I wasn't reading right. I thought the 600, by the way, it is DI 600.1, not D1. Several other YouTubers got it wrong as well when they was reviewing it. So it is DI 600.1. Anyway, I thought the 600 was 600 max. That's 600 RMS. That means that's what it steadily runs at 2 ohms is 600 watts. The thing about that is this is a 500 watt max sub. Yes, it'll do more than that, but even if it does 600 watts, the amp's pushing it all the time what its max is. I have to turn the amp, I have to turn it down pretty much. I don't play till clipping or distortion or anything like that. But I do see the need for a bigger, better sub, and Recoil don't offer that at the moment. So I'm hoping Recoil will really look into some upgrades for that. Maybe double the magnet size and, you know, the motor size, 2.5-inch voice coil, and, you know, have instead of a $40 sub, $45, whatever they are, you know, sell a $60 sub that, you know, that is twice as good, or $80 sub. It don't even matter if they doubled it at that price point. I think it would be a great option because, like I said, I'm way overpowering that sub. The sub is taking it. It is taking it very well. But I also, in the back of my mind, I have this, is it gonna blow kind of thing. But I have my other phone charging, and that's what I record with. My GoPros are dead. So I have all my music's through my phone. There's no radio station around here that plays anything with bass. Even the country songs, I tried to find something, there's nothing. So what I'm going to do is, when that phone's charged, I'll record, you know, the bass hitting and stuff like that. And I might have to just, on the lyrics, maybe put it on mute on the video, just so you can see, you know, how much bass there is and stuff like that. But I don't really know how to display the bass as far as just wow. I don't know what to say, and I don't know how to display it, but it is worth every single penny that they ask. I mean, it does not matter. It is quality stuff. And like I said, there was a link in the description of the last video where they reviewed it. In it, every channel hit what it was supposed to, and then the peak went way over. So that's what I'm worried about here. That peak goes way over. I'm hitting that sub, and it goes to 1200, and who knows, maybe it'll run 1300. If I'm hitting 1300 watts in that sub that's only rated for 5, it's like I said, it's not Recoil's fault. They give me what I asked for. It was my fault for not reading right. So that being said, next thing will be some clips, and that'll be it. So thank y'all for watching. This is Horseplay. I hope y'all enjoy. I know the truck content is new. I do have Mustang content coming, I promise. But bear with me, and we're going to make this truck nice, and y'all will hopefully learn to love it like I do. Thanks for watching. This is Horseplay. Peace.
I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars, I won't turn around. I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars, I won't turn around. I won't turn around. No matter how far I go, I'll never come.
Like I said, it has been beaten down, but yeah, it's actually a little burnt.